Well, hello. Hello from Cambridge City Centre. Let's flip this round for a bit. You'll see me. I am on my annual photographic walk. Oh, great. Got a helicopter. Not sure if the phone will pick that up. There's a helicopter over there. Just about it. This is the iconic King's College Chapel, a key part of the Shah de Tours walk route, which will return in 2022. Currently planning for that. Yeah. This thing was... I'm not sure if I'm coming through landscape now or not. Anyway, so here's some instant photos have been taken this morning. There's one of the market square. I need to head over to the wall. Jenny, can you tell me if I'm coming through portrait or landscape? That's my thing that says live is in the bottom left hand corner of the screen, so could you please tell me if I'm coming through portrait or landscape? I'm assuming you can hear me, Jenny. What's the problem? I'm going to get to some wall. Yeah. Well, anyway. Here's some instant photos I've taken this morning. There's the market square. There is Great St Mary's. There's, that's come out quite well there. That's King's College Chapel. Here's the one I just took. Got a horrible sun effect on that, unfortunately. The rest aren't too bad. It can go back in my pocket. I'm going to finish this one here. I might do another one later. You can go on, I'm doing a live to Facebook. Hopefully someone will start watching. If not, I'm just going to flip the camera anyway because it's quite noisy here. This is the Fitzwilliams Museum. As you can see, there's a little bit of work being done on it at the moment. This was built in the times of Queen Victoria, Victorian England. And, well, the 4G mobile phone signal in Cambridge city centre seems to be rather problematic. If I turn around quickly, this is Fitzwilliams Street, and Pembroke College, where I work, have several student hostels down here, much like that end of the road, and a few on this side as well. If I keep walking, I'll get level with Pembroke College's new development, which is, if you can see where that church is, the college, it turns out, owns that church, but they've also bought a site adjacent to that church and are redeveloping it for student accommodation and a bit more lecture space, I think. Morning, Dan. This is my annual walk around Cambridge city centre while it's lovely and quiet. Just before I left, my dad said to me, "There'll be some shops open." And I went, "Yeah, I know, but not many." But, I'm almost back at my bike now, but there's some nice things to look at around here. This on the right here, Loch Fyne, rather nice fish restaurant. Unusually, it's a venue where one of my jobs has had a Christmas lunch a few years back. We sort of had a fish-based Christmas. It was very nice food, but it wasn't very Christmassy. So, a bit of work going on here. Plenty of scaffolding. People keep dropping off, so hopefully when this saves to Facebook you'll be able to see the whole thing later. What I may do is download these clips off Facebook and join them together. But, no, I've done these walks on New Year's Day for about, I can't even remember how long, either 5 or 10 years now. When I first started doing them, you'd get down here about 9 or 10 in the morning, it would be absolutely dead quiet. This morning I was not really in a mood to rush off. I was waiting for the light to improve as I'd be taking a few photographs. And the light did improve after 10 AM, so I set off down here about 10:30ish. Now, I'm no expert on which college is which, but I think you'll find this is Peterhouse, part of which appeared in the Channel 4 television drama Porterhouse Blue, and bits of it were used to be Porterhouse College, Cambridge. However, those of us that know Cambridgeshire know that they also used bits of Ely Cathedral to pretend to be Porterhouse College. So yeah, this church is now deconsecrated and is owned by Pembroke College. And the only reason I know that it's owned by my workplace is we had a staff meeting in here at one point a few months back, and I can't even remember which door I went in. I think it was one over there somewhere. And basically it's a church inside, but the college owns it now, so the students have set up a table tennis table in there. I'm not quite sure what they intend to use it for, because it's a historic building. They obviously can't do much with it. It's absolutely totally and utterly listed. But as we get a little bit further along here, there are now signs up telling you about the bit that the college now owns, and it's called the Mill Lane Redevelopment. So this building here that's covered in scaffolding, that's now owned by the college. This one next door to it, well, we've already moved in there. Our HR department moved from the college, which is just here, across the road into that building. I gather we're also using that building and that building. But yeah, this is all being knocked down and is going to be redeveloped. I think, I haven't read what it was written on the awning this morning, but I did photograph it. Some of it's going to be student accommodation. I guess some of it will be lecture spaces. This building here is Cambridge University Press. I can tell you very little about that building, other than a few years ago I had a job interview in there. This is Pembroke Street. So on the left here we've got Peter Crabbe Antiques. A little further up here is where I now have my hair cut at least, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. Louie's Barbershop. So I'll keep walking up here because we seem to actually have a mobile phone signal now. When I went deeper into town near King's College Chapel on King's Parade, I kept losing the signal, which was very frustrating. So What I might do someday is attach a GoPro to my head and just walk around the city centre. That's a nice little sighting. And a few of these buildings on my left are also owned by my morning workplace, Pembroke College. The cafe here, Truckle, Ullman and Friend, they are owned by the college. The sort of light green building there, that's also owned by the college. But yeah, this is the college. All shut up at the moment, of course. It will reopen in a few days' time. I'm back at work on Wednesday the 5th. Just need to do up one of my shoes, so I'll leave you there for a second. Oh, there we go. But yeah, thankfully, there's an actual signal down here. Unfortunately, it is a bit noisy with the occasional bit of traffic going past. Let's get across the road where it's a bit quieter on the path. So yeah, all of this here, all of that is Pembroke College. Oh, what have we got here? This is the new museum site. Support striking staff don't cross the picket line. These various lecturers have been going on strike a bit in recent months. From what I gather, it's partly to do with pay, it's to do with contracts as well. Across the road here we've got one of the museums. I think this is archaeology and anthropology over there. Morning, Phil. This is Pembroke Street in Cambridge. Back there, there's Pembroke College where I work. Hi, Phil. This is the third time I've gone live this morning. The mobile signal in the city centre is a bit variable, so I think what I'll do when I get home, or certainly this afternoon, is I'll download these off Facebook. Oh, that's another museum. I think that's called the Sedgwick Museum over there. It's one of the big hotels in the centre of town. This is the Hilton. Yeah, people keep graffitiising on our COVID signs. I'm not even sure what the pound sign is meant to mean. But almost back to my bike now, where I'll finish this. This building just coming into view here, that's the car park of the Grand Arcade Shopping Centre. Here's the... Yes, this is the poster for the local panto this year. Don't really have anybody famous in our panto. Last year, or at least last time we had a panto, we had Wayne Sleep. And for several years previously we have had Christopher Biggins both writing, directing and starring in our panto. So yeah, that's the underground bit of the Grand Arcade car park. This is the Grand Arcade itself, or at least the car park of it. The actual shopping centre is around the corner. I'm stood right next to a new development here that's been squeezed into the city centre. It is called, and here's immortality for you, the David Attenborough Building. So there you are. And there's various lecture centres and stuff in there, and this is a brand new lift that was only added about 2 or 3 years ago. So I think I'll end this about here because I'm almost back to my bike, but